to start with the racehorses this week. We've been having a great run through the start of April, and I hope we can keep it up. Starting with Admiral Dio. Admiral Dio's up the class. I see he's 8 to 5 on Wednesday. Might be a bit aggressive with the trailing post on the 8 to 5 morning line of Admiral Dio. I have no idea. I haven't seen the horses. Obviously, they have. And I'd love nothing more than to see him win again. But he has moved up a class, I believe. So we'll see how he does on Wednesday. I see Arson's name on here. And eventually I'm going to have to start skipping over Arson's name. Obviously, he's never going to race again. He is in good spirits. I guess I'll give you the Coles notes. I made a quite in-depth video the other day and mislabeled the other video, as you guys noticed, for a portion of the morning about Arson. It wasn't. It was an update. So Arson had a pretty substantial fracture. It shattered his cannon bone behind. He was in a situation where I don't think many veterinarians would have given him any chance to live because of what the horse meant to us, and because it was a challenge, I suppose. Dr. Brown and Dr. Latessa took it upon themselves that they were going to try and save him. And man, two guys you want in your ball team, that's for sure. They went the extra mile to try and help Arson. Dr. Brown spent 5 hours operating on him. 33 screws, 2 surgical plates to put Humpty Dumpty back together again. And after the operation was a massive success, he still only had a 50-50 chance of making it out of the woods. You have to stave off laminitis infection, a number of things. He had a tiny bout of colitis that they believe he pulled through. I suspect just since the medications and the stress and the pain. He's still kicking. He said he's up to about 70% chance of making it now. The biggest hurdle he has is, will that leg stay together? Will it mend? Will it heal? Or will the arthritis be low enough that he can live to a comfortable age and be a comfortable horse? The latter part of that is still questionable. I believe the prognosis is optimistic at this point, but the fact that he is eating feed and hay and breathing air is a miracle. So two veterinarians that definitely performed a miracle last 2 weeks ago in Ohio. So a huge thanks to them. Somebody sent me a clip of Diamond Creek has their own podcast, and they were talking about Arson and said, if you want to ship him back here, he's got a home for life. That is an incredible gesture. Honestly, my hope was, I guess quietly, that he can end up being a stud in the Maritimes or Delaware, Chicago, somewhere, one of the smaller beat markets, just because of who he is, pedigree-wise, and what he's done on the track. Although it hasn't been especially astonishing to the general public, it has been to us. The horse that's done very, very good, done a lot of good things, and had a very bright future ahead of him, and had it snatched away in a very odd way. So, I am going to have to stop talking about Arson at some point. He's not on the racehorse list anymore, but certainly deserves being talked about. So, Drebin, I think we got to the bottom of the issue. There was a tiny, tiny line in the outside wing that believes she saw a shadow on the outside wing, which would be enough to constitute the discomfort that we saw after the race the other day. Honestly, if you could give me 10 afflictions that Drebin could have had, that shadow in that place of that foot would have almost been one of my favorites, because it will heal. There's no residual soreness or lameness or arthritis in the place that it's at. It's not soft tissue. He needed a break anyway, and I'm perfectly okay with the diagnosis of Dr. McKee. So he'll 3 weeks in the stall. 3 weeks in the stall, re-examine, 3 weeks in the pool. At that point, you can probably give him some paddock time. He'll likely have 2 weeks in the paddock, and then we'll start him back jogging, and that's likely what will happen with our boy Drebin. Memory and Imagination, a rare flat mile from him the other day, but the track was hard and muddy. Not his preferred track condition. We'll have to call you back. I know exactly who that is. Not his preferred track condition, so we'll come back with him next week and see how he is. Mounds for All was great. All things considered, much better than I thought he'd be. That AST still had to be quite elevated for him to go out, close up, finish past 4 or 5 horses down the lane to be 5th. That was a good mile. I was impressed with Mounds for All. Tenacious Hanover, little break. We injected that ankle that bothers him behind, and kicked him out in the field. 3 weeks in the field. We'll bring him back. He was flat. You know, his ankle bothers him. It's going to bother him for a while. He's got an old bone bruise in that left hind ankle. It was there when we bought him. It's still there. We've been able to manage it, but it still doesn't mean he can't get tired. And his blood work came back fine. He's been flat in his last 2 or 3 races. He was just a little bit tired. So give him a little bit of time. We'll bring him back and see how he is. Time is on my side. His back training. He'll be ready to go in the next 2.5 weeks or so. He has the Charles Jarvinski, and then he has the graduate here in Ontario, so he'll be coming over here to Harry's barn. Harry had him as a 2-year-old, so he'll be reunited with Time Is On My Side very soon for a short period of time. Vehement is back in to go. Got the 10-hole trailing post, I believe, this week, but he's getting better, and that won't bother him at all. Save America is in to go Sunday in a good spot, picked to win. Great first start back. Excited about Sunday. Spitfire Overseas, that's where I'm going right now. I am 2:21, it says I'm going to get there. We're already making up time on the way to Pennsylvania. I have 2:25 is post time. I got to be there at 2:12, let's say 12 minutes to post. We'll be fine. And it looks like I'm going to make it. So Spitfire Overseas, we're going to race him today at the Meadows. Tech Song Soprano, a little flat last night, but Megan said there's a lot of flatness in her barn right now. We had the same issue in Ohio, maybe a different virus, a different ailment, but same results. The horses were just a little blah. And that's kind of how Tech Song was last night. 2 miles away. Got to speed this up. Greatest Ending is racing Sunday, 7-hole, but still in a good spot to do good things this week. JK Victory will be back next week. He did need the week off. He was a little sick. He showed a little blood, and he was a little sore in his ankle. So not a whole lot of good things going on for him last time he raced. Hopefully we can get him back in working order for his next start. Looks like money. I just didn't want to race him back-to-back at Northfield. We gave him the week off. In fact, I may give next Sunday off. I may school him on Thursday in 59 and then hope that the Meadows fills their open the week after. If they don't, then we'll have to race him that week at Northfield Park, which inches us ever so closer to the opening of Scioto Downs, which is what we are getting him ready for. Looks like Money Neptune races tonight. Good luck to all my partners at Neptune. He's been racing pretty good. He's been overshadowed, obviously, by Trosa, but still been racing pretty good. Rock Shining Star, great first start for him. He's coming in razor sharp for Sunday at Miami Valley. 3-point Blue Chip will need a week or two. We got to clean that left hind leg up. He bruised his cannon bone hitting it. So we're going to have to change his shoes and clean that up. But we will very, very soon. Over the next 2 weeks. Yo Mister's been racing good. Sitting on a little flat the other day. Sitting on a good mile. His next start at Miami Valley. Delicious Stone DK is racing very good in Ontario. I expect him to continue to do that in that optional 20 claimer. And Patrick DePirano, we gave him 2 weeks off. He's going to get a short break out at Jacob Schaefer's farm, and then he's going to come back in hopefully fine condition as we get closer to racing in the summer. So, those are your racehorses. A little update for us and for you. Keep your fingers crossed. A little prayer for the horse and for us. He's meant a lot to us and on the mend, so to speak, right now in Pennsylvania at Dr. Brown's clinic. No traffic at the border. Making up time now. Take care.